Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Dragon Ball FighterZ video. So today I want to talk about that Kefla footage that came out. I know we're all super excited for the DLC, and I gotta say, Homegirl is looking nice. Like, she's looking real nice. So in this video, we're gonna be taking a look at her moves, her specials, and all that good stuff. So I want to start with her assists, because Season 3 is kicking it off strong by giving every character 2 additional assists on top of the one they already have. So Kefla's first assist is gonna be a projectile that she throws horizontally. Now, I've been hearing people say that it might have beam priority, so it'll compete with things like Kamehamehas and, stuff of that sort, but I'm not sure whether that's true or not. I haven't seen any confirmation, but if that's the case, that's gonna be really, really dope. The only downside being, a beam is a consecutive hitbox, as to where with this projectile you can much easier jump over it without it clipping your feet and dragging you to the other side of the screen. Her second assist is really interesting. It's the second part of her auto combo where she throws out a flurry of kicks. Now the reason I say it's interesting is because it doesn't actually start off with the kicks. It's not like she comes in stationary and throws the kicks immediately. And it's also not as if she kind of moves forward as she kicks. She actually comes in and then runs forward a little bit, followed up by some kicks. And that's a key part to note because she can be interrupted, I'm thinking, during that initial startup. And it's also not like Yamcha, where Yamcha comes in immediately swinging, throwing out hitboxes all over the place, or as strong as something like Bardock. However, I do think it'll have some good hit stun, which will be really decent for combos and lockdown as well. I feel like that'll be something that people are going to use in order to set up for some really sick combos by like pinning them against the wall and maybe Dragon Rushing or something of that sort, especially as Dragon Rush is getting a buff this season. Now her last assist is her special move where she like raises her hand, she gets the orb spinning around her fist, and then she lunges forward and then follows up with an additional attack in the air to drop you back down to the ground. I'm curious to see how these moves work in combos, because if you can catch the person after the first hit of these little combo assists, then the second hit could potentially bring them back into your combo. It'll be interesting to see how people confirm off these as well. Now with that out the way, we can get into her normal attacks, and just to ease everybody's minds, she does have a low 2L. For anybody who's newer to fighting games, 2 is just down on the stick or the D-pad, and L is your light attack. However, this low attack doesn't have a lot of range, so you're not really gonna try to be clipping your opponent from a distance with this. It's as a Nappa main, I'm kind of comfortable with this because he has one low attack that has a really small hitbox, which I actually use pretty often. But I can see a lot of people not really relying on this low 2 too much. The first hit of her auto combo is just a normal attack, and then as we discussed before with the assist, the second hit is a kick flurry that she throws out there. This probably is, unless they patched it, is probably gonna suck people in, much like Bardock and Vegito. And then the third hit of her auto combo is very similar to Team Gohan, where they kind of launch themselves into the air a little bit and then do an attack. So if anybody's like trying to jump out of a combo, this would probably catch that kind of person, which, let's be honest, I am that kind of person. Now her mediums are a little bit, I feel like they're a little divisive, to be honest, because one button, it seems, goes ahead and throws out another flurry of attacks. So it looks like this is going to be a high commitment character. You press a button, you're going to be locked in that animation until you finish your entire flurry. Sometimes that's not always a good thing. I'm also really interested in this attack because it does have a lot of advance, kind of like we were talking about in one of my recent videos. So this is gonna be one of those things where if you reflect it on the first attack, well, be prepared for that second, third, and fourth, because she's coming right back at you. And you know what? She's got herself another low attack with her medium. Her heavy attacks are as you'd expect. She's got a standard heavy attack right here, and then her 2H is kind of like an uppercut. Not as good as something like Goku Black, where he's got a huge hitbox on that thing. This is certainly a much more narrow 2H, or at least it seems that way. I guess we'll find out once we get our hands on it, but it certainly looks that way. But hey, even if it's not the best 2H, at least it's not Krillin's. As far as aerial stuff, it's pretty standard. She's got your normal lights that you would have come to expect. She's got a 2-hitting medium attack in the air, which is pretty dope. And then she can knee somebody with her down H in order to launch them higher in the air, kind of like Ginyu. She doesn't really have much of anything gimmicky as far as her normals are concerned in the air. And this even includes her jumping heavy, which, will shoot the person back at the ground. Apparently, Kefla also has another heavy attack, where if you press forward and heavy, she'll go ahead and do this overhead kind of sledgehammer thing going on, which does count as an overhead. So like I said before, she's gonna have a lot of mix-up potential, I'm thinking. Now moving on to her ki blast. On the ground, she can throw out multiple ki blasts. This will be great in order to keep people away, keep people at bay. And I'm curious, because she has so many attacks where you press one button and you get like 5 different attacks that come out, I'm interested to see if the ki blast is like a single button input and you get like 4 or 5 ki blasts that come out, just like those other attacks, or is each ki blast its own input? Because I would really rather that each ki blast is its own input, that way I'm not dedicated to it and I'm sitting there getting super dash when I know I should be 2Hing. I guess we'll just have to wait to see when she comes out for that one. In the air, she's got some diagonal ki blasts similar to like Vegeta's assists. Alright, next up we have her specials. She's got this really dope one where she lunges forward and she punches at the ground, which that part is important to note because it counts as a low. Now the light version of this isn't going to travel all that far, but it's going to be a lot faster. The medium version, going to travel a little bit further, and because of that, it'll take longer to get there, so it takes more time, it's a little bit slower. And then the heavy version, the EX version, I think that's the only one that causes like a wall bounce of sorts. I'm not sure if the medium does, it didn't look like it did in the live stream, but I could be mistaken. It does look like you can super dash after the EX version in order to, you know, go ahead and confirm your combo, so at least that's a thing that you may be able to do. Now here's the move I'm really excited for, because in video games I always really enjoy extremely fast characters, and that's why I'm really looking forward to Kefla. So she has this other ability where she can go ahead and just zoom right across. Now if you do this move in the air, it has like a set distance, I believe, so you may not actually end up crossing up your opponent. However, on the ground, this thing crosses up from anywhere. I'm not sure if you can really get much off of this though. I think it'll be more so for mix-ups with your assist. Like for example, you go ahead and you start the move, you call your assist, and then you zoom over to the other side. That way your opponent has to now guess what way to block. However, with that said, it looks like it has some decent recovery on it, so you're not really gonna be able to follow up in order to go ahead and pressure that, which leads me to believe that the opponent will be able to easily block the assist and then maybe even punish you if they can get the assist to whiff. Now for her last special attack, she's got this projectile. The light one goes ahead and throws it forward, the medium goes ahead and throws it at an angle, and the heavy version throws two of these things and they go forward. Now this next special move has a lot of utility, I'm thinking. She goes ahead and charges this ki blast around her fist. The orbs spin around and then she can launch it. However, the initial charge phase does have a hitbox. So who knows, maybe if you're in the middle of a combo and your opponent still is falling towards the ground or being held up by an assist, you can go ahead and begin this charge, hitting them with the initial charge up, and then launch the ki blast in order to either begin a combo or even end a combo. What's dope is you can even hold the animation, like the charge phase, you can hold that, and then choose to launch it afterwards. If I remember correctly, somebody reflected when she charged at them with the blast, but when she was repelled backwards, she decided to throw the blast. Now, I'm not sure if it will always throw the blast, provided that you get reflected or something like that. This chick's got a bunch of level 1s, man. She's got one where she throws two ki blasts, and then she's got the one that we saw in the initial trailer, which reminds us all of Piccolo, and I'm curious to see what people come up with combos here and what they DHC into, as far as like beginning with her combo and then ending with someone else's combo. Because her DHC special is going to be her last level 1. And that last level 1, which is also her DHC special, is going to be her aerial level 1, where she teleports above the opponent, summoning 10 ki blasts around her, and then shooting straight down on top of them. Kind of similar to 18, how 18 kind of goes above them and then does the ki blast downwards. This is very reminiscent of that. And now all we got left is her level 3. Now this reminds me of Majin Buu, because obviously it doesn't look anything like his special, but like his special, it looks to cover the entire screen. It looks completely unavoidable, and it looks like something you're just gonna have to sit there and block. Maybe you can teleport this? I mean, she does have some ki blasts whipping around her, so those might be able to catch you at some point, kind of similar to Goku's Spirit Bomb, where if you teleport too fast, you might get caught by the actual Spirit Bomb itself. But of course, I don't know that because the character isn't out yet, so you know, maybe it doesn't cover all of the screen, and maybe you can teleport to punish. Alright, I believe that's everything she's got in her toolkit. I think we covered it all. Let me know what you guys think about her in the comments down below. If you're excited to pick her up, also let me know, you know, what teams you want to run, all that good stuff. I'd love to hear it. Anyway guys, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that like button, and feel free to subscribe for some more Dragon Ball FighterZ content. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Saiyajinってやつだぜ。